This is Maggie McCarthy from the University of Montana. I'm wearing my mask because today I'm going to show you how to make a face mask in just a couple of minutes. These face masks have cotton, adjustable ears, and a metal nose bridge so I can get nice and tight and be secure. Enjoy!
To start, you're going to want to have two pieces of fabric, and I like to lay mine out with the finished side together, and you're going to cut this to be 9 inches wide by 7 inches tall. I've also shown a couple different variable sizes. You'll need to have two pieces of elastic about 10 inches long. Just want to make sure they're the same size. To start, you're going to lay your elastic in the corner and pin the elastic into your fabric sandwich. And you're going to pin each elastic piece on each side, so one on the left, one on the right. You also want to check your pattern to make sure that it's facing the right direction before you start doing any sewing. And while I use a quilter's cotton and just 2 layers on your mask, this is the time where you could add a 3rd layer to your mask for added security. Then you're going to start planning your sewing. You're going to leave a hole at the bottom to help flip your mask right side out. But starting about a 1/3 of the way, you're going to start with a back stitch and head towards your corner. When you get to the corner, you're going to leave your needle down as you pivot and sew around the outside of your mask, leaving that opening at the bottom. I do tend to leave a little bit larger inseam at the top so I have room for my nose bridge. It just fits together a little bit better. You can buy these nose bridges at your favorite online retailer. They're nice because they have a sticker so you can unpeel them and then stick them onto your mask. So you can see here I've sewn around the outside, peeled it off, and now I'm going to stick that on to the very top of my mask on the outside of the stitch. It's in the middle, about 2 3/4 from the center. Now, using the hole you left in the bottom, you're going to flip it right side out, which you can see here. And then I've given it a quick little press, and you can see that feel that the nose bridge is tight up against the top. Now, here's the special trick for doing this. Instead of measuring your pleats, you can be fast by just folding your mask into a 1/3. I like to fold my first 1/3 a little bit longer so that it lays on your face a little bit nicer. So your bottom 1/3 will be a little bit short. Once you have your pleats made into 1/3s, press this with an iron. And this is going to make your pleat lines so you can freehand your pleating process. If you're doing a larger mask, like a beard size, I like to actually fold it into quarters so you have an additional pleat. Now you can see your pleat lines. Using your first pleat line as a guide, fold it to be about halfway down between your 2 ironed pleat lines. And then you can pin this on both sides. Then you're going to fold your second pleat line and pin it down. And you can see that the top's got a little bit more room than the bottom. It's going to be closer to the bottom of your mask. Notice how your 2 pleats line up really nicely. You don't want them to overlap. You don't ever want to be sewing more than 2 layers of the fabric or your machine will get, well, it'll be unhappy. And now it's time to start sewing. You're going to want to start in the far corner with a back stitch, of course, and then sew along the bottom seam as close to kind of the edge, and you want to make sure you close up the hole that you used to flip it right side out. When you make your turn onto the top, you're going to want to think about giving yourself some more space for your nose bridge. My sewing foot nicely serves as my seam allowance gauge, but you can give yourself about a 3/8 seam allowance to give room for your nose bridge. As you start sewing, you can even press your nose bridge out. If you don't catch it when you're sewing into the nose bridge area, it will naturally kind of push your nose bridge closer to the seam to seal it in between the outside and then the seam you're putting in now. Last step, you've stitched everything, you've got your nose bridge secured. You're probably going to have some extra elastic. And I like to use these little ear adjuster beads so that you have lots of flexibility to adjust it. The best tool is a lightweight paper clip or bread tie to help bead these onto the elastic. And then you fit the bead on and just pull it through onto the elastic. All right, you did it. Enjoy your new face mask with adjustable ears and a metal nose bridge. Keep on masking up, NACCU.